is game day, and security measures for Super Bowl 56 are tight. More than 70,000 fans will crowd into SoFi Stadium to witness the showdown between the Rams and Bengals in Inglewood tonight. At least 40 federal, state, and local law enforcement agencies are making final security checks by air, land, and water to keep everyone safe. Officials say protecting the airspace around the stadium is one of their biggest challenges. It sits only a few miles away from Los Angeles International Airport, where air traffic is frequent. The Department of Homeland Security has sent 500 workers to help local police prevent any possible game day disruptions. For more on all of this, I want to bring in CBS News correspondent Carter Evans. Carter, how are you doing? Today is game day. How excited are you? First of all, are you just feeling it?
You know, it's finally here. It's finally here. It's been a long lead up to it, and I'm excited because, oh, here, I'll show you. Look at this. I got this. This actually gets me into the game today.
Ooh.
I've covered Super Bowls for, 20, 25 years now. This is the first time I'm actually going to get to go inside. So yes, I am excited. But let's talk about security for a second, because this is a huge event. So there's security not just here at the stadium, but all throughout this community. A lot of it is seen, but a lot of it is unseen. As you mentioned, 40 agencies working together to bring this security effort to fruition here. The Department of Homeland Security, the Secretary of Homeland Security, told me earlier this week that his department is providing 400 to 500 individuals. Overall, it's an effort that includes about 2,000 people working to keep this stadium secure. Along with that, there is the effort to prevent people or this from becoming a super spreader event. So everybody has to show proof of vaccination when they come in. And if they don't have that, they have to show proof of a negative test. If they don't have that, they do have an option here for testing on site, but that's a last resort.
I'm glad to see that you've got all your security ID and ready to go on that. That's really exciting, Carter. But tell us, what do we know when we're talking about security about the Homeland Security's warning related to a potential trucker protest?
Well, you know, we've heard a lot about this in Canada, and you can imagine here in Los Angeles, where traffic is already a tremendous problem, that if a convoy of truckers were to show up and try to block this event, that would be a tragedy. But I can tell you, from just driving in here this morning, they have got the streets all around here for miles locked down. I mean, they've got traffic control set up. There are police everywhere. So I imagine it would be very hard for a convoy of truckers to slip in here unseen right now.
Yeah, probably not anything that will go undetected there in Los Angeles. Carter, not only is there an influx of law enforcement in Inglewood, but money as well. So tell us, what financial impact will the Super Bowl have in the area?
So think about this. This stadium is the most expensive ever built in the country, about $5.5 billion. It is in the city of Inglewood. This is a city that is 90% black and Hispanic. And the mayor fought very hard to get this stadium built here. And he included it in the contracts that 30% of the workers building the stadium had to be from the city of Inglewood. So there were about 1,200 people making 60 to 90 bucks an hour building this stadium. That was a direct benefit to the community. The businesses around here were hit very hard by COVID. They're hoping this stadium will bring more business to the community. Of course, there are critics that say stadiums don't really pay off in the long run for communities, though, because it brings people whenever there's an event here for a few hours. They spend a few $100s in the general area, and then they're gone again. But overall, people are looking at this as a huge benefit for the community, because you've got the ticket taxes, you've got parking, you've got all sorts of taxes, and they say they're repaving streets, rebuilding sewer lines. They're taking care of everything here in the city with taxes generated from the venues around here now.
All right, Carter, last question. I think I know who you're rooting for. You can tell me if I'm right or wrong, but the next question is, who do you actually think is going to win this game?
Well, you know, being that I live in Los Angeles, I think I'm obligated to root for the Rams. But as a reporter, I'm supposed to be impartial, right? I have not placed any bets on this game yet.
I was going to ask you about that.
We were thinking about talking about, too. Yeah, a lot of people are betting on this game. I have not placed any bets yet. I'm still waiting to see. As soon as I feel like I've got a line on what's going to happen, some piece of information comes at me that throws it all off. So I'm waiting till a little closer to the game.
My predictions are never right. So I spare both teams by just deciding not to predict. Well, Carter, have a great game. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Thank you. And remember, for all things sports, head on over to CBS News Sports HQ. Like us at CBS News, you can stream it anytime, anywhere on the CBS News app and on CBSSports.com.